Hi, this is Shay of Shay Design Studio, and I'm here to teach you how to draw a face. So let's get started. So the basic shape of the head, just like with everything else, is made up of shapes. And the head shape is similar to that of an egg. The shape of an egg is comprised of a circle and an oval. And here I have an illustration showing that I first started out with drawing out the circle, and then within the circle I drew an oval, and then once those points meet, I had now created an egg, and I can also just erase the outer parts of the circle to finish out the rest of the shape of the head. So before you go any further with drawing a face, you have to at least have an understanding of facial proportions. And facial proportions help with creating a balanced look for the face, and learning where the features lie on the face. So the first thing you would want to do is you want to draw a line of symmetry in the middle of the face. And then once you add the line of symmetry, you can then divide it into thirds. So the first third will be towards the hairline or closer to the top of the head. The second one will be in the middle of the face, and then the third one will be underneath the chin. Once you have this line of symmetry and the face broken up into thirds, you can go ahead and begin with the eyes. Now the eyes fall halfway down the head, and an easy way to draw the eyes is just to think of them as leaves. So if you can draw a leaf, you can draw an eye. And there is a space that you'll want to have between the eyes, and that is 1 eye length apart. You can do this by measuring one eye and then using it for a measurement for the second eye, the space between the second eye. And then here's just a breakdown of the eye when it comes to drawing that leaf technique. I've broken it down into 6 steps, and we will go and break it down even more. So the first step, you're going to draw an upward slope. On the second one, you're going to you'll flatten it out a little bit and start drawing downward. And then you'll finish it off with drawing, the third step, you'll finish it up drawing a downward slope. And then the fourth one, you'll go ahead and start rounding that out, and you're basically just going to kind of mimic the top eyelid. And then on step 6, you finish it off, and right there you have drawn a shape of an eye. Once you get the eyes drawn, then you can start to figure out where you're going to place the nose on the face. So the nose aligns with the corner of the eyes. And as you can see, I went ahead and drew out my nose, which I used 3 circles. So the nose is made up of 3 circles. The big one would be the bulb of the nose, and the 2 smaller circles will be used to form the nostrils. And then once you have the basic shape down for the nose, you can start to map out how you want your nose to look. And then once you get your nose done, you can go ahead and begin the lips, and the lips align with the pupils of the eyes. And the lips are made up of 3 ovals. So with that, you'll want to have 2 ovals on the top to indicate the upper lip, and then 1 oval on the bottom to indicate the lower lip. And here is just a step-by-step of how I use those ovals to map out the lips. And then once I started finishing up the lip, I went ahead and erased the lines, therefore finishing up with a completed lip. And then once you're done with the lips, you can draw the iris. Typically the irises fall in the middle of the face, but that can change just depending on the head angle. And then you can create the eyelashes, and I typically like to draw my eyelashes out using what I call a fan technique, as you can see in the illustrator shown here. And here is just another illustration, just a more close-up of that fan technique. And then on this graphic, you'll see that there are do's and don'ts when it comes to eyelashes. So on the left side, you'll see that this will be the don't. So eyelashes do not grow straight out of our eyelids or the corner of our, our eyelids. They kind of have a fanning out curve motion. And then they also do not just grow out individually, or they don't just lie on our eyelids individually. They are actually in groups, or at least groups of 3, but that can be more, but that's just a general rule I like to use. And again, on the bottom, you see that the singular strands of the eyelashes are a no. It's best to clump them up together. In this one on the right, I did it in 3 groups of 3. So here's just a step-by-step of using that fan technique. So once the fan meets up with the eyelid, that is where I start to replace, or that's where I start to draw out the eyelashes. And then after I at least get the basics down of the eyelashes, I can just go ahead and start adding more and doing that grouping technique. And then with the eyebrows, I like to add some space between the eyelids, the eyes, the eyelids, and then the eyebrows. Now this just depends. It's totally up to you. It's just a general rule to, when it comes to the eyebrows, to have that space between the eyes. And then you can finish out the head or the face by adding the ears. The top part of the ears tend to align with the top of the eyes, or a little bit above, or the base of the eyebrows. And then the bottom part of the ears align with the bottom of the nose. So here is just some finishing touches. I just added some hair just to give it more of a personal look. And then this is the finished product. So I have also included a workbook with this tutorial, and there are some more how-tos and step-by-steps that can further explain the information that was given in this presentation. And as with everything else, happy creating, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye!